right, we're back. Let's see how this goes. And if it works, awesome. If it doesn't, I'll probably just keep streaming until I have to leave. Because I am going to go help babysit my nephew at... I gotta leave here at like 1 my time. So it'll only be a couple hours of stream. But I understand if it gets too laggy and you want to leave, I'll probably rewatch this back after and see if I even want to keep the VOD up. But I'm telling you, one of the big things that I'm investing in when we get MegaCon money is gonna be a Wi-Fi router. Because the run right now just comes from our like internet provider, and I doubt that it's that good. So we want to get one that is more expensive and better. And can hopefully take on more. Because, you know, we're big gamers. I live stream. Lots of my like business relies on the internet. So definitely want to have a good internet connection. But we don't have like Verizon where we're at right now. So it's unfortunate that we couldn't keep the internet provider that we have. And we're paying like $100 for maybe one. No, we were paying for, I think, like a terabyte or whatever, like the big one is, I think. But whatever it is, we're paying for 100, and it's the best one, and it's not worth it. So we're gonna try to invest in a better router first, and then if that's not the case, we're gonna say something to them like, hey, we're paying for this much, and you know, our speeds are only this much, but you told us we would get this. And see if there's anything that they can do, and if not, then we'll probably just look at other providers. But this is like the biggest provider in our area, so who knows. I shouldn't have worn a black shirt. I'm gonna be covered in white fur. I'm gonna have to lint roll myself. But like I was saying, MegaCon is, I think last time I checked, it was like 9 days away. It was like single digits. We're probably at 8 days away now. But yeah, we're getting down. We gotta make every little thing that we make now count. I have a whole bunch of stuff cut out, or that I've sewn on my embroidery machine that needs to be cut out and that can be stuffed, and those are going to be things that I save for like the long road trip, and just things that I can work on at my table that I don't have to have finished. So like screens and no faces, I want to have those like sewn up, and then I'll just stuff them when I start to sell out. And then I have Kirby's, but I haven't spent, like, they're ones that I've had made for a bit. So I haven't spent any time on new Kirby's other than like my Patreon ones. So I'm going to next week, or well, this week, I guess, I'm going to just make a whole bunch of Kirby bodies and sew them up. And then I will also sew those hand sew those on the drive. I rewatched my MegaCon vlog from last year, and apparently, I don't remember how much I brought to sew, but apparently I had finished it all by Friday morning. So, and I didn't even get to like do the drive, like sew on the drive last time because I drove myself. So I just really want to bring a lot of extra stuff to work on, and you know, nothing will go to waste because I have KatsuCon like 2 weeks after. So it'll be worth it to bring extra and have extra. All right, like I said, I have 2 Appas, but I'm going to work on just stuffing one all the way right now because I want to make sure that this gets done and can go to the post office today because this one is the one that ships out to a customer. I should just stop. Wait, it's not even worth it to pick all this off. All right, I think the lag's better. Is it? What do you guys think? I'm really excited when I head over to go visit the baby. I'm gonna stop at this new place and they have like boba. I'm super excited to try it because that was the one thing about moving here too because it's a small town. I'm like, there's no Dunkin', there's no Starbucks, there's definitely no boba places. But I was driving down the road the other day and this place had a sign. It's called like some healthy name or whatever. And they had the sign for boba. And I was like, what? Boba? And I haven't been in it at all. And I'm not like a wholesale person. Like the things that I make, I can't really sell wholesale because it just takes too long to make. But that I haven't been in there, but I feel like that might be an opportunity to put some wholesale stuff in there. Like maybe my keychains. Maybe I could do like some axolotl stuff. I feel like that would be cute. Oh, I think maybe I thought about doing like my axolotl shirts in there. I thought maybe that would be cute. But again, I don't know what their vibe is like. All right, that body is what takes the longest to stuff. So this head is like done stuffing. And then we're gonna stuff the tail. But yeah, I was like getting ready to leave and then found out that the appointment isn't until like 3. So I'm like, well, I'm already dressed and I put makeup on, so we will just go live early. Because I was thinking about just going live after I got back. But here we are. All our snow is officially gone. I think there might be like a little bit of patches in the shadows. It was funny after the like first big snow that we got, so like last week, I went outside because we don't have a shovel, so I was just kicking snow off of our driveway, and our one of our neighbors came out, and I hadn't got to talk to him yet. Joey had talked to him, and I mean, he seems like a cool guy. I kind of feel like he's kind of like an older guy that doesn't really have anything else to do type situation. And I want to say that maybe he's retired, but he's always outside like picking stuff up off the ground or like picking at his trees. Like he really likes his yard, basically, is what we've come to. And it has been more confirmed that he likes his yard because when I went out and I was like kicking the snow off my driveway, he came out there and was asking me like, "Oh, you do not have a shovel?" And I was like, "No." But this works pretty good because it hadn't like froze over. It wasn't like icy or anything. And then he was saying like, "You don't happen to know who ran through my yard, do you?" Like there's like footprints. Kind of looks like kids' footprints, like through the yard. I think it was them over there because they go back that way. Like talking to the one of the neighbors' houses down the road, and I was like, probably like it looks like they have kids because they had like the swing set outside. I was like, yeah, so yeah, probably they're probably just running around playing in the snow because it was like 5 to 6 inches of snow, and that's kind of all he said about that. And then, like when he was walking away again to head back to his house, he was like, "And you don't know who ran through her yard, do you?" Like the neighbor across from him. Was like, "There's like tire tracks through her yard, and it looks like they like turned around in the grass." And I was like, "Well, there was an ambulance through here the other day, and they didn't really know where they were going. They couldn't find the house." And I did see them turn around because I remember thinking that, oh, they got like too far off in the grass. It's like, was that an ambulance? It looked too small to be like ambulance tracks, like too close together. And I was like, I don't know. Even though I do know for facts that that was an ambulance. I watched it happen, but okay. But when we talked to Joey, he was talking about the like neighbor's dog that it used to come in like poop in his yard. And we're like, yeah, we're having that problem. Even though our dogs are like fenced in, we have more like to the side of the yard that's not fenced in, and that's gonna be like our entertainment area when it gets warmer. We're gonna like do activities and set up games and stuff over there. And we didn't want dog poop over there. That's why we fenced in our dog yard. But no, this little like Shih Tzu comes over and poops in our yard. He's like, yeah, you have to tell them because they won't do anything about it. They'll just keep letting their dog run around everywhere. He used to come and poop in my yard, but I told them to not to keep their dog out of my yard or something like that. And so we're like, okay, I definitely don't want to start anything with this guy. I think Joey said that he also might have worked in some kind of judicial, like in the court system or something. So then I was like, yeah, try to keep him on our good side. I spilled my coffee all over my coffee warmer today, and it's so sticky. But I don't want to clean it up because I just know I'm gonna just sorry, I noticed I'm lagging. I think it's my computer. Whenever my computer sounds like it's gonna take off like an airplane, it gets laggy. I needed a new computer. It probably needs a good clean too. see if I can empty like the recycle bin too. I also re-downloaded Tiny Tina's. And that takes up a lot of space on my computer. I want to invest in a desktop too, but I don't want to like stream from my desktop because it's going to be in the other room. It's going to be in the gaming room. So I guess what we would have to do is I would move all my games from this computer onto the desktop. And then maybe this could just be my streaming laptop and maybe I could use it for orders. Because I have another laptop right here that is just for like printing labels and stuff. And it's just, I take this back and forth. Like when I get done here, I take it back to the gaming room because I usually play games tonight. I also do my editing on this computer. And that would probably get moved to my desktop. But, you know, just money's been tight. We just bought a house. But we'll see. Maybe MegaCon Monday. Maybe MegaCon money will help us buy a desktop. Alright, I'm just sewing up the Appa head right now. I could probably have Joey give my computer a good clean too, and that maybe will help it a little bit more. It kept crashing on me yesterday. I tried to play Tiny Tina's. And it crashed me like 3 times, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna play one more time. And Allie, my sister-in-law, said like maybe try to clear up some space. So I deleted Sims 4 off my computer, which is okay because I hadn't been playing it in a while. And it was the one saying like it was taking up the most at the moment. And then it ran fine, but then like Joey got off not long after that. So then I switched over to Fortnite, and then Fortnite crashed on me. Only once, I think. You guys are interested at all in making your own Appa, I do sell the sewing pattern. It is on my Etsy and on my website, and I have a tutorial on my YouTube. So even if you don't want to buy the pattern, you can still check out my YouTube video and see if you're interested. Oh, but boba. I'm gonna get, I think, I really like peach or mango flavored teas. So I did see one that was like, I think peach and pineapple. And then it says you can add boba for like $1. So I'm gonna add some poppin' boba. Hopefully it's the poppin' kind. I don't know. I'll double check on that. I don't mind the tapioca, but it has to depend on how I'm feeling. All right. Almost got the head sewn up. So there's the head. Set it there. I guess technically this is something that I could have done on a desktop computer if I had it though, because I'm not like sewing at my machine. I want to mess with it so bad to fix the lag, but I also don't have time. I want to try to get these done. All right, well, my computer stopped sounding like it's going to take off, so maybe we have a little bit of time of no lag. I think chat's still working though, so like if you guys ask me a question or something, I could like type it out. Just in case the lag like you don't hear me answer your question. No, the other thing I can do is pull it up on here on my phone and disconnect my iPad from the internet. And then let this use data. Oh, because you know what else I did? I updated my quality, and for the quality I put it on higher picture, and it says it uses more data. So that's probably was using more internet too. So hopefully we'll see if that helps it a little bit. We'll take anything. Alright, so this is how I sew on the Appa head. I have to like wedge it between my body. And then we line up this brown so that it's like a straight line. And then we just start doing a ladder stitch all the way around it. I had two Appa noses. I'm missing one somewhere. I think it's on my cutting table behind me. So when we get there, I'll have to look for it. Oh, we saw something outside. I also cut the music from the background, so I'm sorry too if it's like awkwardly quiet. Obi. I ordered a Wi-Fi hotspot thing off of Amazon. And I ordered a like little iPad turntable thing. So I'll probably put it in a vlog, but I'm gonna test it out and see how that works, so that I can see if I can take orders on my iPad and see how the hotspot works, especially for MegaCon and KatsuCon, because those were like the two conventions that I had the worst service at. And I usually have to pay $80 at least once at MegaCon. And that's just like a big fear. It's just awful to like have to run into that internet and like not having internet and then not being able to take orders. Like it's just the worst. And I just don't feel like it's something that we should have problems with. We should, I think, artists and exhibitors should be given free Wi-Fi. And if you need like to connect two devices, like say you need your phone and your tablet, then maybe we pay a fee. But it's just kind of ridiculous that we don't have Wi-Fi in these areas that is made for, you know, these events. Like everything I feel like just revolves around internet and Wi-Fi right now, and if you don't have it, I think you're lacking in the business. So yeah, I got this mobile hotspot. It was like $150. And we're going to see if it's going to be worth it. And if it doesn't seem to work, then I will probably return it. Because like this is the conventions that I would need to work with. Like I said, I need it to work at MegaCon, and I need it to work at KatsuCon. And if it works at those two, then all the other ones should be fine. I set an alarm to go off at like 1, just so I don't get like lost in time. No, there's a knot. There's a knot in my thread. Please. Please fix yourself. This isn't even worth it. I shouldn't mess with this. Should just cut it. Call it a loss. And then I just made another knot at the other end. Wonderful. All right, so I'm going to sew this little area right here because like the brown fur, when it goes down, it's not like attached. So I have to hand sew it down right here at the ends. And then we're gonna do the tail. And I feel like I should be able to get both of them done, no problem. I kind of forgot how long it doesn't take if you're not doing like 6 of them at once. My hands are drying out. I feel it. So here's the body, and then we're gonna flip it around and add the tail. And then I also line up the brown back here as well. Highly recommend if you do plushie sewing to learn how to do the ladder stitch. It's super easy and it is so nice to make like invisible stitches. But honestly, any stitches on fur I feel like is kind of invisible because it's so hard to see. I made some yellow Pikmin bucket hats yesterday. Finished those up. I want to say that might be what I work on after this, but I don't. I need to do Korok bucket hats, and I don't have any of this stuff cut or made. But I'm thinking I'm going to try to see if I can get it to embroider the faces on my embroidery machine and then cut it out. So I'll have to like try that. But again, I have a lot of stuff that I could sit here and hand sew or cut. But those, I'm saving those for the drive. I could also maybe, I wanted to work on like laminated sheets. I have a little tip jar idea. I could get that and cut it out. And I wanted to make my little lion guy like a little cutout of him. technically I have Haunter cut out. I could work on a Haunter. But I want to have at least like one or two of every hat that I have on my little chart. So I haven't done Espeon. I haven't done Leafeon or Glaceon. I think I'm out of Flareons, so maybe I just go and make like one of those. I still want to make some small lives. I also have, with my new hotspot thing and the swivel thing, I also ordered lint rollers and I ordered clamps to hold my banner and I ordered more beanies. I'm gonna do Water Tribe and Air beanies because I ran out of blue and yellow. Oh, that's the other thing. I don't have Jolteon hat either because I need to do yellow. I might need that tea right now. My bag of bucket hats just fell. Okay, now that the internet connection's looking a little better, let me post on my Instagram that we're live. Don't you love how like live gets auto-corrected to love? I do. Bethany and I sent her a picture of AI like crochet because we always talked about how we thought we were in the clear for like AI stuff because it's harder to copy like that. You know, we compete with like manufacturer stuff. But sorry, I just saw something on my Instagram too and I was like, is that a real tattoo? Um AI. Oh, but like crochet and like sewing is kind of, that AI can't do that. We don't have to worry about that. But they can make fake patterns and show fake pictures of stuff. And I sent her one of these. I sent her this. I don't want to show the name. But like it's got that blurred like AI is, and this is supposed to be crocheted. And people think that this is actually crocheted. But it's not. Like it's clearly not. Like it has crocheted texture, but that's not how crochet works. And she said, "What the heck, OMG." And then there's this crocheted Hogwarts castle. This isn't Spanish, so I don't know what the like maybe they know that it's AI like and they're sharing it there and they're like, look at this AI thing I created. But I don't think that that's what it said because I feel like even in or actually it's Portuguese, I think even in Portuguese it's not. I think AI would be AI, you know. And they're like, link in my bio. But you know that has to be a fake link. You know, they're just wanting money. I'm trying to translate a little bit, and a lot, like when I'm reading it, a lot of it is like I want, because it's like quiero, I think, and the person's like, check my link, but I'm like, no. And I want to stop looking at it because it's gonna think that I actually want to look at stuff like this, but also I'm like, not real. Like, look at this one. This is definitely AI. That's like fake drawn fur. Like that's photoshopped fur. Oh shoot, I didn't I didn't cross out the name. I covered the other one. Isn't that's just it's just no fun. No fun. All right, now we're going to sew on the horns. Make sure it keeps hitting this box and it's driving me crazy. I don't know why I have this Demon Slayer intro in my head now. One time, somebody commented on one of my. It's like when I first made Appa. They were like, "Why'd you make Appa's horns so big?" And I'm like, "What?" And I looked back at like a picture of Appa, not of my plushie, but of like in the anime, and I'm like, they're like his whole head size. What do you mean? Why'd I make them so big? And I like commented, I was like, I did the same ratio as it is in the anime. And they re-commented back and they're like, oh, my bad, you're right, they are, I just didn't realize they're that big. Like, but like also, what if I wanted to make it that way? It's artist decision, creative decision. Creative liberties. And that's how I feel about Vaporeon's little fin, the white fins that go around its head. In like the plushies that Nintendo makes, and I think even in some of the artwork, the white, or the front is white and the back is like blue, like the same color of its skin. And I'm like, I don't agree. I think it should all be white. And so that's what I did. can sew the ears on while I'm on this side too. I'm gonna try to film a couple of videos this week, hopefully. Or this weekend, I guess. Maybe it'll be. I want to do one about all the inventory and stock that I have made from MegaCon. Mostly for myself so that I can look back on it for next year and see what was a really good seller, how much I bought of this, and like, did I sell out of it at the convention? Because I was rewatching my other vlogs from last year, trying to figure out. And I had 6 Appas made for MegaCon, but I was telling Joey, I don't think they all made it. I think I listed them on my website too. Oh my gosh. And what I usually I keep notes on what I sell. Sorry to yell at the dogs. But this time last year, I switched over to like the little clipboard thing. And so I just wrote on new pieces of paper every time. And then those papers got thrown away. And at one point, I had planned to rewrite everything down. But I never did. I should have known that I wouldn't have done that. And I was like, oh, well, I have, the inventory sheets in my Google Docs of how many things I took, but I don't update that with like what I sold. I start like a new sheet for every convention and just rename it. And finally, I just kept it named inventory, and I just use that for every convention. Dogs are going crazy. So that's one of the ideas that I have, is to make one about like the inventory that I'm bringing to MegaCon, and then I want to do a new intro video, because right now it's still that Galacticon one that I've had, and it has like 1,000 views, but that vlog is not even that good. It's just because it's a good intro vlog, because it's like, my name is Megan, here's my fiance, which he's not my fiance anymore, he's my husband, and then here's our 2 dogs. And that's probably about all that people watch. But I want a new one that just talks about, Joey's my husband now. We have 3 dogs. And just kind of saying about my business. I've been doing this since I've been sewing since 2012 and selling at conventions since 2014. That kind of stuff. Little about me. I started just like typing something up the other day, but I didn't know where else to go from there or what to add. But I think I'll just do something like, I have my own website. I also have a Patreon where I do Curvy of the Month, and I also do Etsy. And then maybe something about just my biggest source of income, though, is my conventions. And give like an average, like, this is how many I do a year. Which this year I wasn't going to do as many. I think I did 13 last year, right? And I think I'll definitely cut back from that because I do want to focus on doing the big ones, but I'm probably still doing more than I was planning on because since we moved, I'm like, I want to see what all is in this area to do. But definitely want to just grow my YouTube channel and try to do more tutorials and do like some embroidery tutorials or patterns. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. My hair's slowly falling. You see, you can see it. Like, this is Tia's dog, Violet. Dog sitting for the week. Hi, Violet. You say hi. I should text Tia and be like, your dog's in my live stream. But I think what I was gonna say is I want to eventually cut back and just do the big cons that I know are good. Like NegaCon for sure is gonna be an every year thing. KatsuCon if I can get in, and then LCTC just because it's so close now. But I'm sure, just like everyone else, I'm noticing the struggle that it's harder to get into cons. And so I can't really guarantee, like, even if I want to say I only want to do the big ones, if I don't get into those big ones, then I have to pick from other ones. But I'm also willing to, like, I applied for Anime Expo in California. I doubt I'll get it, but like I'm willing to like travel to those big events and stuff. And if I get into that one, it'll be like, I think it's in July, March. So I would probably just prep like April, May, June. I think I'll do like, I might do like one more in between there. Because I'd like to do OMG Con, which is in June in Kentucky. All right, look at this big boy. Let me get the nose. And then I'm going to plug up the hot glue gun that I just threw on the floor so that you guys can see Violet. Because then we'll hot glue the eyes on. And then whatever time left, I'll work on the other Appa. See, I like this light that it's giving. It looks a little dark on my phone, but like if we put something white down here, it'll take away from the brightness of my white face. I know I'm pale, okay? Alright, so we're gonna sew this nose on. I'm probably gonna need more thread. I don't think this is long enough. Hi, Sumi, welcome. Good afternoon. How are you doing? How's weather for you? It's kind of like nasty. All this, we had snow, all the snow is melting here. And my dogs are like bringing in their wet paws and mud again. So that's always nice for my floor. Love your setup video. It's like, oh, for MegaCon, thank you. I hope it stays that good when I actually get there. I was just talking about how I want to do a video of talking about all my inventory that I have made. And that's just going to be a video of me, I guess, in front of a table, pulling out all my inventory and being like, I have 5 Umbreon hats. I have 5. And just going through my whole list and showing off how much inventory I have made. Because it is this, I've finally, or like I have passed how much, like this is the most inventory I've ever had or ever made. And like I said, I want to get to $10,000 worth of inventory. I'm not there yet, but I am at 7,000, I think. Probably a little over 7,000 because I don't add in like my keychains or stickers. So if we just do a baseline of maybe 300 or somewhere around there. I got snow. So happy as we don't really get snow in England. Oh yeah, weren't you just saying that you guys never get snow and you got like you only got a little bit and it was like gone one time? That's awesome. You got some snow. It was probably so pretty. That'd be fun to watch. And one after the con too. Yeah, I would love to do that to show what I had left. Yeah, and look back on. Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Like, 'cause I was rewatching my last year's vlog and like prep footage, and I kind of talked about like how many I made, but I never talked about like, oh, I sold out all of my whatever. And I don't have that written down because that was when I was just writing things on a piece of paper and throwing it away. Now I write it in like a little bitty book so that I can look back on. So I'm trying to like figure out for this year, like, oh, did people really like my Umbreon beanies? Should I make more than like 6 Umbreon beanies? But I don't know. I have no record. But I do know that my hats usually sell really good because the past 2 years I've sold. Last year I sold all but one hat, and then the year before that I sold all my hats, which I slowly bring more and more every year. So I think last year I was doing like 2 to 3 of every hat. I might have did 4 of like Umbreon and Sylveon. But this year I'm doing like 5, except for some of them I haven't. I haven't done any. I just did 5 Totoro hats though, and I'm so excited because I really love how that one turned out, and I brought them for the first time to Anime Week in Atlanta. And sorry, Joey just texted me. And they like sold like almost immediately. So I made 5 of them. I think they're all gonna sell out. I need to get a new picture of me wearing it. How are you doing with inventory? Are you near your goal or will you exceed your goal? I'm at around 7,000 and my goal is 10,000. I really want to get there. And I don't want to be like, oh, well, I made 8,000 or I made 9,000, and then I have probably like 1,000 in inventory of stickers and keychains, but I don't. That's not true. You know, I don't want to like make up this fake big number. Like I said, I probably have like $300 in stickers and keychains, and that's about it. I could probably easily do the math real quick and be like, okay, well, I have 10 of this stickers and I sell them. Let's say that I sell them at $3 a piece, and like do that whole math. But no, I like to do my inventory on things that I know sell, like hats and plushies. But I ordered more black beanies, and I ordered blue beanies and yellow beanies so that I can do water and air from Avatar, because I have 6 earth beanies already made, 6 fire beanies already made. So I also want to do 6 water beanies and 6 air beanies. So I feel like I can easily, let's see, let me do some math. Like how many beanies? Oh, I disconnected myself from the internet. Hold on. How many beanies do I have to make to like get $1,000 worth of more beanies? So I have to make about 40 beanies if I want to do another 1,000 of just beanie money. Because those are, it's not easy money, but it is one of the easier things because I don't have to hand sew it like my machine can do it. But I don't know if I have 1,000, or I don't know if I have 40 beanie blanks. I just bought, I just bought 36, so, and I have some here extra. But that would mean I embroidered all 6, or that would mean I embroidered all 12 of those like blue beanies as water beanies, because I don't put anything else on those beanies. But again, I have a bunch of bucket hats too. I just ordered more for my Pikmin bucket hats, and then I still need to make Korok bucket hats, and those are about $30 a piece. So I think, like I said, I also want to make a big Appa. That'll be like $200 if I just make one like XL Appa. So I think I can. I think I did the math today, and I was really happy to see that I was at 7,000 because I felt like I had been sitting at 5,000 and 6,000 forever. The bandanas was looking great. Will you do more of those? Like the Team Aqua ones, the blue ones that just like tie. I definitely want to. Somebody ordered one the other day on my Etsy, and I was like, okay, perfect. I'll make more because I do have a few of the blue ones. Oh man, these Appa eyes. These Appa eye pupils are different sizes. I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't think you can tell as much on camera, but I can tell. What was I saying? Aqua bandanas. I think, yes. I think I'll make more. I have the blue ones made, a few blue ones made, and I want to make some black ones. Okay, these look dry. I just made these earlier today, so I was like, oh, they're not going to be dry in time for me to ship out, but they actually are. So I'm going to put a little bit more white on this one so it's the same size, and then I'll use it on my other Appa. Goofy Appa. Goffy, apparently. Oh, autocorrect. yeah, it's honestly sometimes it's fun to put little I use pins to like hold the eyes in place so that I can put some hot glue down so they'll stay. And sometimes when I put the like pin in, if the back of it's also white, it'll look like he's like got one eye higher up. Or he kind of looks like an alien because he has like two pupils. Hold on, I'll show you. We get a white pin. Because like these are like the exact same size. He's an alien now. But the pins that I use are the exact same size as I do the little white dot that I do. So sometimes they blend together. Thanks. Alright, let's hot glue them on. Wipe my hot glue gun off because it's been sitting there for a minute. It's been leaking. Make sure they look good and even. I'm like listening to my live on my phone so I can hear if I start lagging or if the internet cuts out. Then I didn't realize that I was paused. So it could have been broken for all I know. Give it a little fluff. Are you guys supposed to get more snow semi or are you done? I think we're kind of done here for snow. We're supposed to get a lot of rain and it's supposed to get warmer. So it's gonna be nasty. Mostly Appas right now. So I have this one. What am I gonna be making? I finishing this one and then we're gonna package it up so it's ready to go to the post office when I get done with the live. And then I have another Appa that still needs to be stuffed. Here's his carcass right here. And I'll do that and then I'll probably only be live for maybe another hour, unfortunately, because I'm going to help babysit while my sister goes to an appointment. And we'll see though. Because like I said, this one's almost done, but you know, if my printer acts up and it takes a while to print, then we might not even get the other Appa done. I was thought about going live later today instead, but Joey, he gets up really early and goes to work and then he gets off at like 2. So I'm already going to be leaving like right when he's about to get home. And when I get home from babysitting, I'm going to want to like hang out with him and we're going to want to play Tiny Tina's. So I think we're done. Just a rainstorm coming up now. Yeah, I think that's what we're getting to. Glad I was able to make today's live. Yeah, me too. Thanks for checking in. Coming by. let's see, what else do I know? So I said one of my other ideas for a video is doing a new intro to my YouTube channel. Like, hi, my name is Megan. This is my life. And then another idea, I kind of wanted to do more like, can I make 100 hats? Because I feel like that video, I wasn't even close to 100. Like, I feel like it needs a part 2. But the problem is, if I do a part 2, I want to make sure I have 100 hats, you know? Ridley's barking. Ridley. So I think another one of my ideas is going to be like how to make a bell bag, because I do want to do another tutorial soon. Or Animal Crossing fossil, maybe. Puppies. That's enough. Thank you. Good boy. Good boy. All done. All done. I have a hot glue gun. Be careful. So you can't see her, but she's over here. This is my friend Tia's dog, Violet. We're dog sitting for the week. I thought she would pop her head up. She does every once in a while, so keep an eye out over there. But my mom also asked me, she's supposed to get picked up Friday, and my mom is leaving Thursday night to go to Florida. And she asked if I could dog sit their dog, or like if I wanted to. You know, she knew that we just got done dog sitting this one, and I was like, normally I would be down to try it, because it is a boy dog, so I don't know how he would do with the rest of our group, because we do have 2 boy dogs. But I'm like, I think the dogs kind of need a break. They've been doing really good with having to share attention and everything, and I don't want them to be overwhelmed. But I was like, I'll come and dog sit at your house, or well, I said I would if I didn't have like MegaCon prep right now. Otherwise, I would just go hang out at their house, and when Joey comes home from work, come here and hang out until he goes to bed, because he gets up early and goes to bed early. But I'm like, oh, since I have MegaCon right now, I kind of need to be home with my sewing machine. All right, here's Appa. Somebody messaged me. Now I'm just gonna like check and make sure he doesn't have any holes or fur. But yes, dog mayhem. Somebody messaged me on my Shopify website, and on there, and I guess on Etsy too, I don't call any, like, I don't call Appa, you know, copyright. So I just call him a bison or buffalo, like Plushie, because it's got enough traction right now where people, they've favorited it, and they can come back to it if they want it. On Shopify, I also have it labeled as bison and buffalo, so that when people do the little like search that are looking to take down copyright stuff, don't come for me. And one person messaged me and said, why does the buffalo plush have 6 legs? And it really, like, I want to answer my customers, you know? I want to be a good business person. I want to answer when people send me messages. I want to be nice. I want to be helpful. But that one, I was like, I don't know, kind of feels like a trap. Like, what if this is a person that's trying to get me on copyright and being like, and then I'll be like, oh, well, it's because it's Appa, but I didn't want to put Appa. And they're like, bang, cease and desist, close your shop. So I decided just not to answer it because in my mind, I'm also like, if you don't know why he has 6 legs, then he's not for you. You know? He's for Avatar The Last Airbender people who knows that Appa has 6 legs. So if you have to ask that question, he's not for you. Okay. So that hurt my soul not to answer him, but I was like, okay. Because, like, that's my other thing, too. How did you find my website? Because usually you have to find my website by going through my Instagram or, like, things like that. And if you did that, then you would know what this character is from, right? Oh, feels a little fishy. That is true. Maybe they really wanted a buffalo plushie. Now I feel bad. I didn't think about that. Maybe they've been on a hunt forever for a buffalo plushie, and finally I had one, but they were like, "Why does it have 6 legs?" Aw. Well, hopefully they can find a good buffalo plushie. I bet you there's some good ones out there. That is something that I've been thinking about though. Like, I think it was Billy Boo Arts. She said mentioning that things that are just animals always do good. Like, it's always good to have some things that aren't fandom related so that people have like everyone, if you have like a little dog plush, like a lot more people love dogs or like dogs than people that like specifically this One Piece character or something. So I've been thinking more about that and trying to do like just creatures, like how people that crochet, like Bethany, my friend, Once Upon a Spark, she crochets just generic animals that don't have a storyline or that aren't copyrighted. And I do think that that's always a good idea because you might have those people that don't know something. Like you might have kids that are coming with their parents and they're not big anime people. Their parents are, but maybe the kid's not. So that's, I mean, I guess that's what I could do with my axolotls. It would be nice to do more with them, even though I feel like axolotls, it's a little, it goes hand in hand with the anime community. They comment on the legs, but thought the tail was normal. I didn't even think about that. Maybe they just saw the one picture of the legs and they're like, what? And they had to comment immediately. Yeah, Buffalo's got those beaver tails, right? That's what I always think of when I make the Appa tails and I'm stuffing them. I'm like, all right, here's this beaver tail. Cause like I think buffaloes just have like a little like a fluff ball, right? I don't even think they have like a tail like a cow does. Bisons and buffaloes. I think I don't know, I think one of them has like a cow tail. That's another thing that I have because I know cows are popular, so I'm like cow slash buffalo slash bison plushie on Etsy. We use all those. The characters. We use all the characters in the title. All right, let me grab shipping bag. I ordered these and they're very cheap. Or they feel very cheap, but they actually weren't that cheap. But I thought I was ordering through the same like Amazon seller that I usually order from, but I didn't. So now I double these bags. Bless this person for waiting a whole month to get this Appa. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Length fee. Hold up a minute. They're charging me more for how long it is. It's not, I promise, it's not that long. I have the dimensions in for the XL Appa just so it, just in case. It doesn't change the dimensions, but no. It's not that long, I promise. Hold on. Let me squish it. You guys see that I'm in my slippers? You can. Don't make fun of my slippers, guys. I'll be running around the house with the dogs, and Joey will be here, and I'll be like, where's my slipper? So then I had to get him some slippers because I needed him to understand the love for how great it is to have slippers when you have hardwood floors. Because I had these since we lived in our apartment, but our apartment was just all carpet except for the kitchen area. So it wasn't as big of a deal, but I hate feeling like if the dog's tracking like dust or rocks or mud. Oh no. I hate feeling the little ones. The little crummies on my foot. My feet. Throwing a business card. Sorry, Daisy, I wasn't talking to you. And then we put this one in this way so that, you know, it's going to be rainy and wet. We definitely do not want him getting soggy. And normally I'd put an extra piece of tape on here, but now since we double bagged it, it's fine. Actually, I'm going to put one little piece there because I lost the stickiness. All right, it is 10 by 12 by 6. You guys come in here being suspicious like that, huh? Yeah, because I have length is 24. 10 by 12 by 6. Oh. Length should be your longest dimension. I'm sorry. Yeah, so now it's $8 to ship it. It was giving me like $12 or $14. Nice, and no length fee. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Slippers are pure comfort. I have way too many fluffy socks. I hate being cold. Yeah, I want to get more fuzzy socks, I guess, would be better than having like more slippers. But I don't know. I can't remember where I got these slippers. Honestly, I think I got them from Target. But I went to Walmart to try to get Joey some slippers. And I had to get him women's slippers because all the male ones were like those moccasin types. And I just didn't think that he would like them because he has a wider foot too. So I was afraid that his foot would fall over the edges. And I'm like, no, these have nothing. There's a hole in the bottom of it. That's not my foot though. That's just the bottom of the shoe. But I mean, I guess that's the other thing. These don't have any, there's just a little bit of extra padding. So it's basically like I'm wearing socks. And sometimes I do wear socks with my slippers. All right, that's good. So now we're gonna stuff this other Appa for like 30 more minutes. Somebody also ordered a rifle green hat, and I do not have any rifle fabric. So today there's going to be a Joann's where we're going, and I'm hoping to swing by there. And watch out, Ridley. You have to move, buddy. I'm sorry. Watch out. Watch out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have to go lay somewhere else, okay? Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. What are you doing? I have nothing for you. So hopefully I can go to Joann's and get some link fabric, because I want to make rifle green link hats for MegaCon too. And that's the other thing. Link hats, I can make those really fast too, but they don't sell like crazy. So they cost $25 too, the same as beanies. So if I were to make, I could make 40 of those, and it wouldn't take me very long, and that would be $1,000 worth of inventory. But it'd take me a bit to sell 40 link hats. But 20 wouldn't be too bad. Like do 20, or do 10 dark green and 10 rifle, because those are usually the best two colors. Black is usually third place. Somebody also ordered a black Kirby on my Etsy. That threw me off. And let me see when that one ships out. So the Kirby doesn't ship out till like February 16th, which is KatsuCon weekend. So I could, someone's car alarm is going off. It took me a minute to realize I'm not in the apartment complex anymore. And if there's a car alarm going off, it could be mine, because there's not a lot of cars around this. Hold on. Okay, wasn't mine. Wasn't mine. I was like, yeah, car alarms go off all the time in this apartment complex. I live in a house now. Less to make for KatsuCon. Yeah, so my thought process was maybe I do 10 of the most popular colors of Kirby's, like 10 pinks, 10 blacks, 10 blues. Because the last, I think, Anime Week in Atlanta, maybe Anime Inc. and Anime Week in Atlanta, I made 20 of the pink Kirby's, and those sold out over those two conventions. So they're not as popular as they were, you know, last year, beginning of last year. Or well, this will be my third year bringing Kirby's. So they're definitely not going to be as popular as the first year that I brought them. But I did have someone come back last year. What are you doing, Violet? Do not eat my stuffing. I did have someone come back last year and bought 2 more Kirby's of different colors. So, stop it. This little puppy is trying to like get my Appa. She thinks it's a toy. It's not for you. So, you know, more people could come back and buy 2 more this year. Because I do the deal 1 for 20, 2 for 30. And usually I have about 9 different colors. And I've had some new ones, like my leftover Patreon ones. They're going to be there. I saw you at Anime Week in Atlanta. I was in my OC's cosplay and I got a sticker from you. I'm also a fellow plush maker. Hello, by the way. Hello, Ashley Fluttershy. I love your name. Welcome. What kind of plushies do you make? I love talking to other plushie creators because I just don't feel like there's a lot out there. Quit eating stuffing, Violet. And it's just so nice. But I think that's the plan for Kirby's. And like I said, I'm just going to sew a whole bunch of Kirby bodies and then stuff them. He's here. And stuff them on the way to Florida. Because those, like, honestly, Kirby's are really good to work on at the table because I can like set them down and it's not like a one constant one sewing thing. It's like I sew on an arm and if someone comes and talks, I can sit it down and like pick it back up. But people also find it really cool to watch me. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you're sewing like right now at your table." I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, you know, I'd be like, "I ran out of this color, so I'm restocking." Thank you. And well, right now I'm making Infinite from Sonic Forces. He's the biggest one I'm making yet. LOL. Oh my goodness. I recently made a Tails doll plush. I hate that there's like, yeah, we'll put it like right. Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. Doll plush. If it's okay to send a link. I don't think it'll let you send a link, unfortunately, on the lives, but you can message me on Instagram and send it on Instagram and I'll check it out for sure. I would love to see it. Or if you just want to drop your if you want to share your Instagram publicly or website, just don't put the .com or whatever on it. Just put like your username. I don't know if you guys were here when I was talking about the welcome back, Angel. I was worried that the lagging scared you off. I think I got it worked out now. But I was talking to my friend Bethany because she's a crocheter, and I don't know if you guys have been seeing the crochet AI, like fake AI crochet patterns, where they're like AI images that they try to make look like real crochet things, but they're not. And she just messaged me again and she was like, "I really want to click the link, but I'm scared it's a virus." And I'm like, "Yeah, me too." Because these people are promoting that they sell the patterns or they sell this like thing, and they're like, "Just click the link." But it's not like there's no way that you can sell that. Like one of them is a huge Hogwarts castle that was crocheted, but it's not. Are we doing the game? Yeah, you can do the game. So you can do a heist. Here, I can start a heist. Heist. And as always, I spelt it wrong. I'll do 100. So if you guys want to join the heist and gamble some money, you just put the exclamation point heist and then your points, I believe. Every time, it's been a while since I did it, I forget. Just followed you on Instagram. Thanks, Ashley. I'll be on the lookout for you. I didn't get a notification come through yet. Are we gonna finish off this bag of stuffing with this Appa? But yeah, like, you know, I thought we were safe with the AI, like crochet and 3D artist. I thought we would be safe, but no, apparently not. I think I just got your message. Look at Sema, you got 400. Yeah, you get points for chatting. So I think like every 5 minutes, if you've chatted, you get like 10 points or something. Oh, cute. Look at your plushie. Oh my gosh, you're working with fur or like Minky. I assume it's Minky. Wow. Yeah, keep up the good work. So this was Tails, right? I'm terrible with Sonic characters. Did you hand sew? Because like definitely some of these had to be hand sewn and they're pretty good. But I'm like, is the whole thing hand sewed? Because then that's pretty impressive. Here's Ashley's Tails. No, don't blur. Look how cute! I hope it's okay that I shared that because I assumed it was okay since you were like, I'll send a link. But I won't. If you didn't want me to do that, I apologize. Hi, Bethany. Oh, now my camera won't focus. Hello, focus. Am I out of focus now? Is it focusing on my phone? Yay, we escaped! Yeah, get those points back, Angel. Double it. Yes, I use Minky and it's Tails doll from Sonic. Nice. Very cute. It is very cute. Yeah. Yeah, Angel used to have like 3,000 points. Okay, I think I'm back in focus now. But Angel gambled them away. And then my husband, he uses our Hatch Hunters account, which is one of our other YouTube channels, and then he uses his personal account and he's like racking up the points. And he's been gambling them. That's fine. And yeah, I hand sew most and big places I sew on the machine. Okay, nice. Yeah. Then that's really good for some hand sewing. Yeah, Hatch Hunters almost has 10,000. That's one Joey's been using. Bethany's in second? Oh yeah, because Joey on his personal he lost he had like 3,000 points and he lost them all last stream. It was right before I got off. He like lost it all, I think. Getting to the bottom of this box. It's hard to reach. For 17 years now, doing art and sewing. Wow. Slowly climbing to the top. That's awesome. 17 years. Whoop, whoop. I want to say that I've been sewing, somewhere around there, but what I would call sewing before wasn't really sewing, because when I was little, like, my grandma would teach me how to sew little things, but nothing ever came of it. Because she does quilting and stuff, and she would teach me how to, like, sew little quilt squares and things like that. And I would kind of just get bored and be like, I want to make a stuffed animal. I recently found the original YouTube video that I found that I watched the tutorial of when I first started making plushies. I found it. It's I saved it to my sewing playlist. Sorry, my chair's squeaking. It's like called like how to hand sew a Pikachu with a blanket stitch or something like that. And I looked because I was like, yeah, when was this posted? Because it was like 2014 or 2012 probably when I watched it. And it was like 12 years ago. I was like, yeah, that would be about it. Because then I made that Pikachu and I gave it to my niece. And then my other niece wanted one. So I was like, okay, well, what's your favorite Pokemon? And she's like, I don't know. I like monkeys. So I was like, okay, do you like this Pokemon? And I showed her a picture of Chimchar. And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, I'll make you this one. So I made her Chimchar. The only thing I've ever properly sewn was a hat in high school, and it was awful. I kind of taught myself one day in middle school and been doing it since. And that Appa fabric, what is that? I'm using something like that, but everything is sticking to it. Oh yeah, Sherpa. It's honestly, it's awful. It's awful to use in white. is what I find out. Because everything does stick to it, and it's not fun having like white and then also having like dark brown to go with it. You can't really tell because it's just blowing it out. But the brown, so that's after I make an appa, I have to like pick it off. But unfortunately, yeah, this Sherpa fabric, it really loves to get stuff stuck in it. Yeah, so I guess technically the first like full plushie thing that I made was in home ec or life skills, whatever they call it. And that was in 2011. But I didn't, like, even though I took that class, I still wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with sewing. It wasn't until I looked up a tutorial for this, like, how to make a Pikachu plush, and I used felt, and, like, I was making, like, doing the blanket stitch around the sides. That's when I was like, oh my gosh, look at this cute thing I made. I'm in love. Because, like, what I made in home ec was one of those pillow kit things. And it was like a blue dog. I have it somewhere in my closet. Tend to go towards no sew patterns when crocheting. Yeah, Bethany and I was just talking about that. Like Bethany knows how to how she crochets, but she knows how to sew too. But I think she also said she prefers the no sew patterns, so you don't have to do that. And I think that's what I see is common with everyone, is they don't like the sewing part of crochet patterns. The only thing I've sewn was a pumpkin plush from like a $5 kit from Michael's. Nice. Yeah, I've thought about like selling some of my scraps and like making my own kits, but that seems like that would be a whole nother business, a whole nother side business. Black Cat said, I think I'm about 19 years of sewing. Started seriously sewing in high school for costumes and theater, and it snowballed into a career. LOL. Oh, that's awesome. That's kind of what happened with me. I started making plushies first, but they weren't like crazy. They were like little felt plushies. And then I got into cosplay because I went to my first convention. And then I started sewing costumes and cosplay. And my Spanish teacher actually was like, hey, this school in Kentucky has a really good theater program, and I hear really good things. And I know you like to do and make costumes. Like, you should look into doing costuming degree in like the theater program. So that's what I went for. I have a bachelor's of fine arts with like concentration in like theater costuming specifically, I guess, because you can also get technical theater is what it's called, with a concentration in costuming, because they also have like stagecraft and lighting types, but I did costuming. I say we because I keep wanting to say Bethany too, but you know, I don't know if Bethany wants me to like spill her life, you know. Yes, theater, technology, and design. Thank you, Bethany. So I can sew with fabric, but I never taught myself to crochet. I'm staring at the yarn and the needles, and I'm like, what do I do with this? Sewing costumes sounds so cool. The funny thing and the weird thing, I guess, is I understand even before I went to college. Bethany said, I don't care. I'll share. I'm not a stuffing, so I'm just gonna sit here and pick the fuzz off my shirt and chit chat, because I'll probably have to end the stream soon. But the cool thing is that I understand pattern making for costuming better even before I got my degree in it. Like, clothing patterns just make more sense to me. Hear me lint rolling my shirt. Clothing just makes more sense to me than like 3D plushies, you know, like trying to look at plushies and be like, how, like, why when I put a dart there does it make that shape? But clothing, I it makes sense. I'm like, yes. So it's funny that which I guess they don't really have degrees in how to make stuffed animals, you know, like, what would that degree really be? So yeah, I just went for the costuming degree. I actually made some costumes. Biggest costume I made was a glam rock Freddy Five Nights at Freddy's. Nice! That's so cool. I really wanted to do some Five Nights at Freddy's merch, but I thought about doing some beanies. Maybe I will, since I just ordered some more beanies. I love no-sew. No-sew all the way. You can... Oh, that's my Streamlabs. I was like, you can now be a line around sewing, remember? That's awesome. I mostly side hustle with my local theater now for some of their shows, but I sell mostly fursuits, plush, historical costumes now, and recently get back into doing more conventions. That's awesome. Yeah, I always am fascinated about people that make fursuits, because people that make fursuits will come up to me and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, these are so cool. I don't understand. Like, how do you make this?" And then I look at them and I'm like, "Did you make your fursuit?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "How did you make that? That's even crazier than what I make." So it's always so cool to see the people that make their fursuits, and I'm like, you could do this. You just need You just need like watch a video. Oh, my hair finally fell down. No, puppies, don't bark. Let's see. My first ever cosplay was either Skyla from Pokemon or Minun from Pokemon, like the Minun and Plusle Pokemon. I went with my cousin. But I did Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess one, and that was one that I like entered into a competition, my first cosplay competition, and I won. What do they call it? Novice? Is that like beginner? I basically won the beginner category for like my first ever cosplay contest, and that was so cool. And here I am. I haven't made a cosplay in like forever. I technically made a Laudna to go with Bethany's Imogen, but that wasn't. I didn't do anything from scratch. I painted some stuff and altered things. But that's all fine and dandy. I have the costume on my Instagram, and I was actually in the costume contest. Was it contest? Yes. At Awa with it. Oh, nice. We love a good costume contest. I'm always sad that I have to miss the cosplay contest. I guess I don't have to, because honestly, that's usually the time that it's the most dead, is because everybody goes to watch the cosplay contest, like no matter what convention. It's usually dead. Guess I can sew this up. I keep thinking I was gonna talk about something and then I forget. I think maybe what I was gonna say is about like theater costumes. I did find out that I do enjoy definitely enjoy sewing more than cutting and designing. I don't really love designing or like telling people this is my vision, this is what I don't like that. I don't like cutting, but I could sew all day long for you. Hand sew. I really love intricate. I worked in New York on summer break one time during college. I worked at a New York theater in Long Island summer like internship thing, and I was sewing these like beads on a dress, and I really loved that. I realized I like little bitty hand sewing things. But what my favorite thing to do was wardrobe. I liked dressing people. I liked the quick change. I liked the adrenaline of being like, okay, put your pants on, let's go, let's go. And helping them get into their pants, you know? You know? Oh yeah, because you said local theater. And I'm like, I wish there was a local theater around here that I could help with on shows. Do you have pictures of your Ladna? I'd love to see it. I think here I can pull one up on my phone. I think it's on my Instagram though, for sure. But it was last year at Awa, so you'd have to do some digging. So this might be faster. Let's see this one. So this one's like the top half. What kind of focus? Look, they got a little pate. Need a little pate. I even considered this morning. I was like, I'm gonna start listening to Critical Role again. And then here's a full body, but it's just like a black skirt, you can't really tell. And Once Upon a Spark was my Imogen. There's pictures of both of us on my Instagram, I think. Even though we didn't get a really good picture of both of us. I think it was a screenshot of a video. We love a good, quick change. Yes. But I'm waiting, Bethany. I'm still waiting on Throne of Glass or whatever the one I put on hold. I have 4 weeks left. And then I went ahead and put the second one on hold for the audiobook. And it has like 6 weeks left. So I'm like, I need to just put the third one on hold so I could just read them. Okay, yeah, 4 weeks for Throne of Glass, 7 weeks for Crown of Midnight, and then I gotta Google what the third one is, and then maybe just put that one on hold. I placed these back in December, beginning of December. I'm not surprised. Let's see, what's the third one's name? Here's Bethany. Sorry, I have an alarm for 1 o'clock to remind me I need to close up my stream. But I'm having such a fun time. Bethany just sent me a picture of us together. Okay, we did take a picture. Okay, I thought we just had that one where I'm like taking a selfie of us together. Here's my Imogen. Oh, there we go. Once Upon a Stark right there. Once Upon a Stark. Tony Stark? Once Upon a Spark. I'm trying to hand sew, but my needle is not sharp enough. Yeah, we love a good needle. I one time when I first started sewing got a pack of needles and I was like, yeah, they're all the same. It doesn't matter which one I get. And I accidentally got, I'm out of focus again. I accidentally got a pack of embroidery needles, and embroidery needles are different than sewing needles because the sewing needles you need are like super duper sharp and pointy, and like embroidery needles, and I think even like leather needles, they're more blunt because you don't want to, especially leather, you don't want to like pierce it. You kind of want to, or I guess you don't want to stab it. You want to like make sure you pierce it. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but I remember and I'm like, why do these needles suck? And it was because I got the wrong kind. But now I have like 3 needles. They're like these little bitty tiny needles, and I love them. But I break them all the time because I'm so rough on them. I love it. Also, just gave a follow on Instagram. Instagram. I've been enjoying your vlogs and was glad to catch a live. Yay! Thank you, Black Cat. I appreciate it. I'll definitely check you out. Thank you. Thank you. I go live every Tuesday as long as my internet is behaving. And I am considering doing the occasional live on Twitch. But I haven't decided yet. I don't mind the idea, but right now I am, we have MegaCon, and then 2 weeks later we have KatsuCon. So I'm kind of just rolling with the flow right now. And I also am helping out at like my stepdad's shop, so I never know what day I'm gonna work there. So I don't want to say like, oh, Tuesdays is YouTube, Thursdays is Twitch. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, my times that I go live is always like random. Because sometimes I work on Tuesdays. So then if I work in the mornings, I usually do my live later in the afternoon. But if I don't have to work, then I want to start earlier, like today. give you guys more time to know I'm live. All right, with that being said though, let's see. Okay. I need to start getting the dog. Like, I need to make sure everyone goes potty and get them in their crates. And then I gotta head out the door. I'm gonna go get some boba and see if it's any good. And I was like, oh, I won't be live next Tuesday. But I'll try to go live next Tuesday. It'll probably be an early morning one. Because next Tuesday, I'm going to head to Bethany's so that we can go to MegaCon on Wednesday. But here's a little Appa head that I'll finish later. I gotta get more stuffing out of the other room. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad. Woo! I'm glad you could make the live. I'm glad my internet got better, or my computer at least got its act together so that it could Streamlabs. And I'm gonna go get some boba and watch my adorable nephew and babysit. And then I'm gonna prep for MegaCon more. But like I was saying earlier, I'm gonna try to do a video, I think, hopefully it'll go up before MegaCon, of like, here's how much inventory I'm taking to MegaCon. And right now we're at like $7,000 worth of inventory of like hats and plushies. So yeah, be on the lookout. I don't know what vlog is gonna go up this Friday yet because I haven't edited anything yet. So the one that goes up Friday might be just a little like new intro video that I need to update. So be on the lookout for a vlog Friday, and then I'll see you guys next Tuesday if you want to catch me again live. And other than that, have a great rest of your week. See you next Tuesday. Bye bye. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Bye bye.